YouTube, what is going on? It is your boy MD back again with another video, and we got another Avengers Doomsday teaser to react to. I talked about it in my previous video with the reacting to the one with Thor. So this one is the X-Men. As you can tell by I'm rocking the the Wolverine, got the Wolverine repping, and then I got to rep the leader, the true leader of the X-Men and the Cyclops, Scott Summers. Man, so we're gonna react to this, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit after the reaction. So we're gonna get right into it. So here we go. Let's do it.
Death comes for us all. That's all I know for sure. The question isn't, are you prepared to die? The question is, who will you be when you close your eyes?
Yeah. Here we go, the OGs. Yeah, Sir Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Oh my God, man. December 18th, 2026 cannot come fast enough, man. All right. My goodness, enemy. I admit I already seen it, but just to see it, to see the not the league version, but man, oh my God. I've talked about, in the previous reaction, I think I did, was it the Steve Rogers as well as the Thor, but this right here is the reason that makes me the most excited for Avengers Doomsday is, obviously seeing the X-Men, man. Like, to be able to see them, see Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen and James Marsden finally be able to play, Cyclops the way he's supposed to be played, man. I think the Russos understand, man. They understand. That's why they've been there 4 for 4 in the MCU with, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. They understand, instead of trying to make things, instead of worrying about politics and trying to appease and pandering to groups and stuff like that. And again, I'm not throwing any shots at anybody, but just I think they understand. You know what? Let's leave all that to the side. Let's just make great comic book movies that fans, general audiences are going to love. And I think they understand that. And I think, it shows in the 4 films that they've done. And I think, Doomsday as well as Secret Wars is not going to be any different. But yeah, man, to seeing that comic accurate Cyclops suit, man, I think with, even like in Deadpool Wolverine, I think, seeing, when Wolverine wore the mask for the first time, it's like, I think the MCU, I think is finally understanding, and I think Russo's understand that sometimes, I understand they try to make things more grounded, but sometimes you just can't beat getting, a character wearing a comic accurate suit. I mean, the whole black suits I get it, they were trying to make it more grounded, make it more whatever, but like, you can't beat that iconic, that blue and yellow suit that Cyclops wears. Man, you can't beat that. And I just think that, this right here, when I saw this is what sold me on this movie. This sold me. I mean, I was already sold knowing the Russos were coming back, but and I think some people notice this too. Like, you notice like the Russos, I would say outside of Winter Soldier, all of their movie trailers, they deliver as well as the movie. So like, it's not like a situation where the trailer for the movie was good, but the movie was bad. Like, the trailers, like, let's use Civil War for example. Civil War, the trailers were fire, and so was the movie. So it was like, the trailers delivered, the movie's delivered. So that's what I think the Russo brothers have been doing, and I think they're doing it with this. I think the marketing behind this movie is genius, in my opinion, because they could have easily just dropped a big trailer. But I like the fact what they're doing. It's like because it's a really massive cast. I think the cast is actually bigger. I think than Infinity War, right? I think it's a bigger cast. But I think I love the way that they're promoting this. Like they're dropping and it's like it's not like they're spread apart like far apart entire as far as the times in which they're releasing them. They're doing okay. We're gonna drop Steve Rogers. Then shortly after we're gonna drop Thor. Then we're gonna drop X-Men. I think the probably the next one we're gonna get. I think there's the one. There's one I think that features the Wakandans and the Fantastic Four. That's probably gonna be the next one that drops. So I'm gonna be honest, man. I feel like I'm just curious how many we're gonna get because we gotten 3 already. So I'm wondering that's gonna be the next one. I have a feeling, and this is actually kind of smart on their part because how massive this movie is. I think it looks like they're probably gonna drop because I'm just interested to see when they're gonna release the official trailer because I think let's see because we got December, right? So we're 11 months away. I think I'm interested to see when they want to drop because I feel like bare minimum they're gonna drop the first official trailer. It might even be. I would think the latest would be 6 months, like before the movie releases. I would think, but I'm not gonna lie. Considering they're already showing footage now, they've been dropping little teasers here and now. I This is what I think they're gonna do. I think we're gonna get a trailer. They're gonna drop a trailer for it in come Super Bowl. They're gonna do the spot, but I think shortly after they're gonna drop. They're either gonna do. I think they're definitely gonna drop a 30-second spot for Super Bowl because everybody's gonna be watching. So obviously, this you can tell they're really marketing this like crazy, which they should. And I think that they're gonna drop a spot for the Super Bowl. Um, they're gonna drop a spot. Probably maybe they might even say full. You know how sometimes they'll say the full trailer is available online. Or worst case scenario they're gonna drop it later that month in February. But I think we're definitely gonna get a trailer come around Super Bowl time or maybe shortly after that because I think they need to market the heck out of this movie, which they're doing. I think the marketing has been phenomenal. And one of the things I'm loving from almost all the trailers, and maybe from the little teasers, all except the Steve Rogers one, I think one of the things that they're doing a really great job of is selling the tone of the movie. This really feels like the stakes have never been higher. And I think that you know, with Infinity War, definitely there were stakes, no question about it. It definitely felt tense. It definitely felt serious. But this one feels dark, but like in a great way. Like it doesn't feel like, it has a darker feel than Infinity War, and because Infinity War didn't really feel dark. It felt dark at the beginning of the movie, like the opening scene. But I think that this movie feels like it's like you just think about when you got Thor praying for strength. It really kind of sells that this is real. They're really being pushed to their limits with Doom, and I cannot wait to see this movie. I think that this movie is going to be phenomenal. I think the Russo brothers. I've made a bold prediction. I'm sticking by it. I think this will be better than Infinity War Endgame. I think it's because it has to be. Like I think if it's great, I feel like fans are gonna if it's great but it's not as good as that. I don't know if fans are gonna get back on board with it. They might still. I mean, I'll still be back on board with it. But I think if this movie, it has to be better than Infinity War and Endgame. But I think there are characters that we are in this movie that we don't even know about. But yeah. I mean, I think this movie's gonna be great. I think this movie is gonna deliver on all notes. I have 100,000% faith in the Russos. They have not let me down so far. I don't think it's gonna stop. And we're gonna continue to react to the whatever teasers they drop. I'm anticipating surely sometime soon. Pretty soon they're probably gonna drop there's a teaser. I think they're for like Wakandans and the Fantastic Four. So we're gonna react to that whenever it drops. But yeah, what do you guys think? As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget always to like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys on the next one. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, take it easy.